Hi guys, this is Nikki, lead vet tech with PoshDogKneeBraces, and today let's talk about pest control for our dogs. There are some pesky little bugs that like to, burrow in their skin or bite them, and they can just be disgusting and hard to get rid of. So first off, let's talk about fleas. Fleas are awful. If you have a sandy environment, fleas love sand. I don't know why, it's disgusting. I've been there where they're just very difficult to get rid of. So there are 3 usual ways that we can get rid of a flea. Unfortunately, a flea life cycle is 30 days. So if you treat your dog, remember, you have to treat them again in 30 days. Those eggs are going to go through that cycle and become adults in 30 days, and they might not die from some of the methods that you use to kill the parents. Oral medication. So a lot of people will do an oral flea medication. Talk to your veterinarian. They might have some different samples. There's also types that go along the back, like an oil that absorbs in their skin. That's like a topical treatment. And then of course there's always the flea collar. Flea collars are great for the face. They stink for where the fleas actually are. So fleas, yes, they're on the face, but most of them are on their belly and on their back end, kind of right above the tail. That's where they love to sit. So you can imagine if you've got a flea collar, it's great for this area, but it stinks for back there. So they're not always effective. Environment is huge. So what I like about the topical treatment is while your dog is shedding or anywhere they're sleeping, that medication, once it's in, every time they shed their dander or their hair, which is every day, that has the medication in it, and it kind of kills those fleas in that environment. So keeping them on a flea control once a month really prevents those fleas from setting in and camping out in your house and things like that. Another thing that somebody told me that's brilliant is put a flea collar in your vacuum bag or inside, even if you have a Dyson or something, stick a flea collar in there, because what you're doing is when you vacuum, you're vacuuming up those fleas, but they can get right back out, and you're letting them live. Basically, you're dumping them in the trash can, which is just making them somebody else's problem because they're just getting spread from one house to the other. So it's really, really important. Get a flea collar, kill those guys as you're vacuuming. Another thing is they can't survive the dryer. That dryer kills them and their eggs. So wash your bedding, wash the dog bedding, put it in the dryer, high heat, burn those guys, get them gone. There's also lots of sprays and things you can do in your house. But again, just treating your pets topically once a month will also kill those fleas. They don't usually bug humans, but they can still be annoying and bite and cause itchy bumps. So again, environment is a huge thing. 60% of flea life cycle is in the environment, not on the dog. So the ones you're seeing on the dog, that's just 40% of the problem. Gross. Here's another one, ticks. Ticks are awful. They carry Lyme's disease. They carry Rocky Mountain spotted fever. They're annoying. And people are usually just disgusted by touching them, which is unfortunate. You don't want them to get to the point where they've been on the dog for more than 12 hours. So again, a tick, when it first attaches, it takes them like 12 hours to start pumping poison into the bloodstream. So if you can remove that tick within that first 8 to 12 hours, you're doing really good. But still let your vet know. A lot of the treatments for fleas also prevents against ticks. So again, topical tick collars, environmental things you can do. If you see a tick, please do not do any of the stupid TikTok things that I've seen. Oh, do a Q-tip with alcohol, burn it off, do essential oils. All that does is it just guarantees that tick is going to spit all its poison into the bloodstream because you've just annoyed it. You probably didn't even kill it. It eventually, if you burn it, will back out, but not before it, spits all its toxins into that poor dog. And so grab some tweezers, grip it as close to the skin as you can, and just pull it out. That's it. And then dump it in a little tub of alcohol. Get a little cup full of alcohol, pure rubbing alcohol. It kills it immediately. That's what we do in the clinic anyways. We just pluck them, put them in the alcohol. So you can either take them to the vet and pay us to do it, or you can do it yourself at home. Again, you can do a topical treatment as well, but we want to get those ticks off within 12 hours. If you're not sure how long it's been, you probably need to have some tick titers done, especially if you're in an area where Lyme's is prevalent, which is everywhere in the US. So, definitely avoid them if you can. Rivers, bushes, camping, any of those things. If you're a, active person in the summer like we are, make sure your dog's on prevention, just because it's easier to prevent than it is to treat. On there. The third pest is one that we have to deal with ourselves, and that is mosquitoes. So not just, for us, we have things obviously like malaria and things to worry about if you're in a different country. And a lot of people are like, what's a mosquito gonna do? It doesn't matter, it's so small. Well, they carry heartworm. So if you're in an area, which now, unfortunately, with as many rescues as we've got, like I'm in the western part of the country, and we didn't used to have heartworm here as much as you do like in the East Coast, but now we do, because we're, rescuing all these patients from different parts of the country, and they're bringing that heartworm over. So treatment, prevention, and testing for heartworm is really important. So yeah, mosquitoes can be a problem. So again, having a year-round heartworm treatment and prevention is really important. Limit exposure. If they're out in the evening really bad, don't let your dog out, during that time, or try to do as much as you can topically to prevent it. Eliminate standing water around your house. I have little like mosquito minnows that we put if we have like a feed trough or a water trough or something outside, just to prevent them in that larva from hatching. Again, avoid, dog unsafe repellents. Don't just spray a bunch of off on your dog that is meant for human. That's toxic. So definitely be careful, and, just prevent the heartworm and treat for that as well. Thanks, and let us know if you have any questions. Have a great day. Bye.